Something I still see a lot of people ask me in videos in the comment section is, what's the best way to collect the Transformers or Void Rivals or even G.I. Joe comics? And right here is one of the ways, but I wanted to answer that question in the 3 different formats that you can do to collect these. Now, of course, you can always buy these comics digitally, but for those of us who want to own these in a physical format, again, there's 3 different ways that we can do that. The first one is getting the single issues from a comic book store. I'm going to use Void Rivals as the example in this video. This is Void Rivals issue number 24, and it's just a single comic. I have it bagged and boarded here, but a lot of people don't have a comic book shop near them to get these. I don't even. My local comic shop is actually about an hour and 30 minutes away from me. So I'm able to do this because I drive around a lot, but for a lot of people, this is just not an option. Energon Universe titles come out monthly, so Transformers has an issue that comes out every month, G.I. Joe has an issue that comes out every month, and so does Void Rivals. With the exception right now, G.I. Joe, at the time of this recording, has 2 issues per month coming out, but that's just for a little special project they're doing called the Dreadnought War. So the first option is getting the single issues. Thankfully, when it comes to reading order, the Energon universe is pretty simple. Start at Transformers 1, start at Void Rivals 1, you can even start at G.I. Joe 1. There are some prequel comics to G.I. Joe, but that's for a different video. So singles is the first way. Let's move on to trade paperbacks. This is going to be the most common and probably the most popular way to collect these comics. A trade paperback is, well, it's just that. It's a paperback book that contains multiple issues. Every comic series, every comic publisher, they all do it a little bit different. But these are called volumes. As you can see, volume 1, more than meets the eye. All these volumes are going to have this EU logo right here. They also have this little band right here. So, in the Energon universe, the way that Image does it is it collects every 6 issues. So down here you can see collects Void Rivals issues 1 through 6. And so, within this book, you're going to find Void Rivals issues 1 through 6. It's pretty simple. Something to note here is a lot of times trade paperbacks not only collect each issue, but they also collect the original covers. So you would read through issue number 1, and then when you get to issue number 2, they would throw in the cover for issue number 2 as a break point. That way you as the reader know, hey, I finished issue 1, now I'm at issue 2. That's normal. For the Energon universe, they've opted not to do this. So when you get these books, it's just going to continue reading. There's not going to be a break. There's not going to be any section here where it says, hey, you just finished issue 1, now we're moving on to issue 2. In fact, here it is right here. I'm pretty sure, I believe it's somewhere around here. Yeah, this is the end of issue 1 right here. I remember this. And then it's right into issue number 2, I believe. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I read that. But I think you get the point. There's no chapter breaks here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the end of one of the issues. Normally there would be a cover right here. But for some reason, Image has opted not to do that with these books. So it's going to have some information on the back for other books. And that's the trade paperback. Now, there's going to be multiple trade paperbacks, of course, because Volume 2 of Void Rivals is going to collect 7 through 12, as well as the Energon Universe 2024 special. These are special annual comics that they do. The Energon Universe comic always has 3 stories. It has a G.I. Joe story, has a Transformer story, and has a Void Rival story. So spread out throughout these books, they're going to throw that in there once a year. Volumes normally come out, for the most part, about 6 months after that final issue. So once issue 6 came out, it was about probably more like 4 or 5 months that book 1 came out, volume 1 here, so on and so forth. So currently I don't have the books myself, but we do have Void Rivals volume 3, and Void Rivals volume 4 is going to be coming out soon because issue 24 just came out. So that's the second way to collect it, and again, the most common and probably the most popular. Moving on. The last way to collect these comics, and my favorite, is the hardcover deluxe books, and these collect 12 issues. So down here you can see collects Void Rivals issues 1 through 12 and material from Energon Universe Special 2024, as we saw in Volume 2. So basically 2 volumes are in one hardcover book. So these guys are just going to be put together inside of this book. Same with the volumes. There are no chapter breaks here for this product. It's just going to go from story to story, And you just kind of have to deal with that. Again, it's a little strange. Not all comics do this. It's not normal, but they've decided to do that here. As you can see, exactly the same. Page-wise size, this is a tiny bit bigger than the volumes. As you can see, just a little bit larger, but it is really nice. This is a wonderfully made book, nice hardcover. It's got some really nice binding to it up in there. It's just overall a wonderful product. Another reason I really like this the best is because it comes with special pages in the back, which show us a little glimpse into how these characters came about. This is really cool. Transformers has this, G.I. Joe has this. We'll go look at those here in just a minute, but it's really cool to see the behind the scenes. And it also has a cover gallery. So this is where it's going to take the original covers from those issues and show them off. It's not every single cover variant from the series, but it's going to show off what has kind of been taken out as those chapter breaks. You may be asking, what is a cover variant? That's a great question. Comics in general always have cover variants. So whether you're doing a book, a trade paperback, or a single issue, there's going to be variants. This is cover A. Actually, let me get you a G.I. Joe comic to show you. Here's cover A of G.I. Joe 14. There's also variants. This is the same exact comic with the same contents in it, just a different cover. There's cover B, C, so on and so forth. So all comics have variant covers. Trade paperbacks also have variant covers. You can get book 2 with a different cover if you want. You can also get book 1 of hardcover in a different color if you want. For instance, there's a Derek one of these. For Transformers, there's a purple one that has Starscream on it. And for Codename G.I. Joe, there is a mustard yellow one that has Duke on it. Yeah, mustard yellow has Duke on it. So these are the three options. There's the book, there's the trade paperback, and there's the single. Personally, I love the book. It's my favorite way to do it. Does that mean I don't collect the singles or the trade paperback? No, I also collect them. I collect them all, but this is just a really great way to collect these comics. So whichever way you're doing it, any of these options, this is a great series to get into. And again, I saw a lot of people always asking in my comment section, what is the best way to collect these physically? So if you have a store near you and you want to keep up to date monthly, get the singles. If you can wait a little bit, get the trade paperbacks. If you're willing to wait even longer, go ahead and get the hardcover books. These take a lot longer to come out. For instance, we recently got Transformers issue 26 this week that I'm recording this, and book 2, which is going to have issues 13 to 24, is going to be coming out in, I believe it's April of 2026. So it takes a long time for these to be made, but it's absolutely worth it if you get these because, again, these are so well made. It's such an amazing product to have on your shelf. It's got all this sweet information in the back, and most importantly, they look super nice stacked up with each other. So there are your different options for collecting the series. Absolutely worth it. Any of these, whatever you do, buy them. They're a great time. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'll be sure to answer them. See you guys later.